That's weird. I can't quite do that.
Chinese Ernest.
Okay, so I was thinking for that
Anti-GX.
for that story time thing, we write a list
Yeah.
up to 20, like 20 like places or like 20 categories and shit like that, and we roll the dice and go off of that next time. That's what I was talking about.
All right. Well, your job for the next time we do it is to write down those 20 locations.
Oh, you're a madman. You're a madman.
Speaking of which, good morning, good evening, or good afternoon, and thank you for joining us once again, the Monsters of Gaming. Suddenly, a wild live stream appears. I know that's not usually our day. In fact, this is usually the day we're off playing Dauntless. But today, we have two special guests. We have the mighty Rebel Vanity.
Hi.
And the mighty Subliminal.
I am Subliminal.
Also with us is the ever color-changing Necro Nick. The I Saw the Sun Juggernaut Jared. The lurking in the shadows while there.
Howdy.
And the I Can't Do Anything Right Kaiju K. Hello!
Woo!
So this is just a random little jump in. This is completely ad-libbed. We weren't expecting this to actually happen. So we're going to do this ad-lib style, which is basically I'm going to throw out an idea, and we'll see how far away from the original idea we can go.
Oh, so we're purposely doing it.
Yeah, we're going to purposely do it like this.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the idea is I'll start off with something, and we'll just start talking, and eventually we'll go from point A to the bottom of Atlantis, fighting out Aquaman with swords for some reason. I don't know how it'll happen, but we'll get there sooner or later.
Oh, sounds interesting.
So I'll start with one that most of us are interested in. I don't know how much Rebel is interested in it, but the title of the game is Dead by Daylight. We are
I did have it on my computer, but I got rid of it.
Okay. Like I said, this is just how it starts. We're going to start with horror. That usually is something that jumps us into other categories. Actually, it's usually one of the best gateways, I find.
It's a gateway drug.
It's a gateway jump, yeah.
I thought DBD was a comedy, but okay.
It depends on who you're playing against. I can't tell you how loud I've heard screams from everybody when I come around the corner as Michael Myers.
That's funny.
Oh yeah, I love jump scare Myers. Okay, so we know that this is the 6th year anniversary coming up. We've been around for 6 whole years. So we've come to expect a lot of really cool killers. We've got Michael Myers in there. We've got a guy that turns into a human pinball. We have a...
What? No, we don't.
What?
Kaiju! Uh-oh. Oh.
Skynet has him.
Well, it's not a live stream, it's not an issue.
Someone take over!
Somebody take over? Well, when you're talking about a human pinball...
Not me.
So, I guess you would I kind of want to play pinball now that you said that. I'm not gonna lie. Speaking of which, what's your favorite pinball machine? Mine has to be like one of the pyramids or the haunted ones.
I love the Addams Family one.
Oh, that's a good one. I like that one.
I was a big fan of the X-Men one.
I don't know. I mean, if we're gonna go that way, the Knight Rider one.
One that I personally owned, Pinbot, and
Anyone remember Pinball 2000?
No.
I'm back. Am I back? Can people hear me?
Yes.
Welcome back.
So right now we're talking about pinball machines.
Pinball machines. Well, okay, that's pretty random. Okay, actually, there was a local. You guys live in Hazelton, so you might know it. There was a little place right in West Hazelton that sold pizzas, and they had I can't remember what its name is right now. It was right across the street from the subway.
I know which one you're talking about.
I think
I just can't think of the name either.
They don't have it now. Rosie's? What? Rosie's? That sounds similar.
Because I know
But,
where he's talking. I know where he's talking. I used to go for coffee there all the time.
Okay. Well, they used to have a fishing pinball game where you'd hit the buttons and it would slowly move the fishing pole back and forth. Oh, yeah, I was a fan of that one. The back room. No one ever went to the back room because that's where they kept all the video game cabinets.
I didn't know
I like
that.
pinball.
Neither did I.
Well, now you know it. Knowledge is power. G.I. Joe.
I actually think Rothy's is closed now.
Like
Well,
most
it's-
places.
Yeah.
Well, most places in Hazelton are closing down, so...
Well, no, they closed before the pandemic happened because they failed too many health inspections.
I knew about that. They were never going to pass health inspections.
Yeah.
That's not good.
Just like King's Pizzeria, that was gone when I left. Bolorama is either gone or is on its way to being gone.
You mean Ballerina?
Yeah.
And
No, it's
on
still
it-
there.
No.
Huh?
At the end of this month, there will be no more.
Yeah, they bought a place in Wilkes-Barre.
Oh, right. Yeah, I forgot to tell you that, babe. I mean, the Wolverine people come to my job every night, so, like, well, almost every night.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's
Then
why.
you should-
That's why I forgot about it. Not gonna lie.
Oh, speaking of video game cabinets, let's slap this around a few times. At least the arcade and Hayden is still open, right?
No.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, I'm gonna guess that's a maybe.
No, that's a very sarcastic no.
That's Alex.
By the way, the pizza place across from Subway's in Moray.
Amores, that was it. Amores. Thank you, Juggernaut. Yeah, I actually used to live 2 houses down from it. We live catty corner from the subway.
They should be in the battery thing, shouldn't they? Don't have a battery case. I'll show you. Give me a second.
He's talking to his niece. She came over from his brother's house to look for something.
Oh, okay. Well, hello, Subliminal's niece.
Hello.
So anyway, speaking of the cabinets, what are you guys' feelings on the presidential cabinet and how it's doing in this day and age? I'm just kidding. There's no way in hell I'm going to jump into a subject like that.
No. Let's just live stream on fire.
No. I jumped into that to talk about screw us, so.
I mean, I got 2 other phones, so I could light this one on fire and it'd be okay.
No. Let's not.
That's why I said ask you. Might be up there.
Whoa, we're moving. It's a cross. Ah!
Sorry, hold on.
Ah! It burns. It burns the eyes.
Oh,
I'm
actually, funny.
trying to rotate it. It's not working. Yeah.
Sorry, we were looking for something. His niece needed a battery.
Oh, okay.
So
no problem.
speaking about being on fire because of religious things, today at work, I started listening to Attila for some odd reason. Don't know if
Okay.
you all know who Attila is.
Yes.
And while I was up at the desk doing my paperwork, my boss turns to me and he's like, "You better go to church after listening to that." I said, "If I go into a church, I'm getting burnt." He said, "You're probably right."
Yeah. We can
The
barely.
last time I was in church, I was 16.
Oh my goodness. So what is it? 18, 19 now?
I'm going to be 30 next month.
You wish you were 30. You don't look 30. You say you're 30.
I was born in 1992. Do the math.
I don't want to.
Sure. Retired as a wrestling manager. I was down in Bloomsburg. I was managing someone. To get to the back where the wrestlers entered, he had to go through a church. I stopped right in the middle of the church and shouted, "I'm not burning yet."
Speaking of churches and wrestling, wasn't there one on Broad Street? Like a wrestling
Wyoming
thing?
Street.
Was in
Wyoming State Sanctuary.
Oh no!
Is
I
it
don't
still
wanna do
going?
that. Wait,
Yes, it is. I've been showed
How do
tonight.
I get off his face? I don't want to be on his
My
face.
juggernaut, the one on Broad
I used
Street.
to take my dad. No, it's on Wyoming Street.
Don't want to shoot right across from the left.
Oh, bloody.
No, I think
It's
there was another one like years ago.
Yes, that was WXW, but it was near a church.
Okay.
So, speaking of wrestling, Necro, would you like to tell everybody why you will not be having fun with us at Fortnite Not Fortnite tomorrow?
Jesus.
Because I will be at WWE SmackDown in the Wilkes-Barre Arena.
Nice. I got to see that once.
Anything hot going on there? This, any big names coming in? Big matches,
Ronda
maybe?
Rousey could be there.
Okay.
Who?
Ronda Rousey.
Oh.
She's one of many women on the planet I would not want to pick a fight with.
I still love those legs wrapped around me.
Yeah, until she smashed your skull at him like a freaking coconut.
Hey, I'll die with a smile on me.
Until she put you to sleep with those legs.
Yeah, dude, she's scared. Rampage Wolf Jackson got challenged by her, and he told her no because he wanted to live. All right, like he's a big man. He took one look at her like, no, I want to live.
I'll die with a smile on my face with those legs wrapped around my head.
Actually, you'd probably die with a squish face like this. Seriously though,
Shit.
I have seen all sides of UFC. I've seen male UFC and I've seen female UFC. And you know what I've learned? I would rather fight the males. No word to lie. Those women are scary. Not because they're all big muscle or anything, nothing like that, but if you watch the males go, they pound a few times and they step back. They pound a few times and they knock somebody down and then they step back. Those women, they might as well be being held back by chains and released, because once they start swinging, they do not stop until one of them does not stop moving. There is no submission or anything. They just pound each other into the ground. It's like, oh my God, it's so brutal. I'm sorry to make it look like that, but I mean, seriously, the fights the males have are tame compared to the females. Watch a match on YouTube and watch a UFC females match. And watch how brutal it is compared to the males. Seriously, it is not funny. And Ronda Rousey, she's a scary woman. She's a pretty woman. She's pretty. But you know, you'd be afraid to miss her birthday or something because she might put you through the ground. Or into the ground, for that matter.
Yeah.
So you
I mean,
I think the other female wrestler that I would be afraid to be in a match with would be Karma.
Karma?
Yes, Karma.
Karma, Chameleon.
Also known as Awesome Kong.
Yeah.
Awesome Kong.
Mhm.
Awesome Kong.
What?
She a big, massive woman of muscle.
Is she like China?
Bigger.
Ah. So,
Like Rikishi bigger.
so we can add that to my long laundry list of, hey, people I do not want to fight against. Gotcha. Oh, man. I was at the store the other day, and there was this really tall woman in front of me. Now, y'all know me. I'm 6'3". This woman had to have been at least a whole head plus taller than me. If she would have turned around and talked to me, I would have been staring at her chest and not meaning to do it. That's how big this woman was. While I'm sitting there, she turns around and looks at me and she giggles, and I look up. And I have to look up. It's very rare for me to have to look up at people. Kind of cranes the neck, you know? And while she was there, she goes, "You're shorter than me." And I go, "Well, yeah." She goes, I haven't run into a guy taller than me before. I looked at her and I go, "I've run into plenty of women taller than me." And she goes, "Don't you find that intimidating?" I go, "Yeah." Like, no other guys ever told me that. I go, "Yeah, because they're probably shitting themselves at the thought of saying it." And not only was she a big woman, she was a muscle-bound woman, too. She looked like she could have taken me and Juggernaut and picked us up with one hand.
Nice.
Just straight up in the air. She's a beefy woman. Like, she would have, you know, you honked your car and she gets out of her car and just picks your car up and throws it out of the way kind of big. Like, I was frightened for my life. Marcus, on the other hand, told her he wanted to grow up and be tall like her.
I sent you a picture of Awesome Kong.
Okay, 1 second. I'll be right back. Oh, my goodness. What? Who did she eat?
Rikishi.
She looks like she ate. She looks like she ate and wore Xena the Warrior Princess. You see that outfit? I'm pretty sure Xena the Warrior Princess wore that outfit. That's a big woman. She would. Everybody, that's my head. Probably like a fly. Does she fight dudes?
Both.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yes,
good.
she
Thank you.
was.
Now, one of the things I really liked about China was the fact that she would fight males and females and win. Speaking of winning, though, whatever happened to, the big, super strong, super scary guys never being defeated in wrestling? I gotta ask, what happened to that? Did Undertaker
That's
leave?
boring.
I mean, Undertaker was undefeated for how many freaking years,
Yeah. Like, what the heck?
Well, the main reason why he lost that match is he actually got injured and he whispered in Shawn Michaels' ear, like, finish it. I think it was him.
Right.
No,
That would be Lesnar. He lost
Yeah,
to
that's
Lesnar in WrestleMania 30, and he always said he wanted Lesnar to break the streak.
Yeah.
Okay.
But he did get injured too.
Yeah.
He was did one of the F5s.
I always said I'd rather take a tombstone from Undertaker in his prime than an F5 from Brock Lesnar.
I'd rather take neither, to be honest with you guys. No, I was when I was in college, in medical college. Our teacher loved watching wrestling. It was one of his favorite things. He's now a her.
Oh, nice.
Hard for me to judge. So she, I'll just use the term she. She used to bring videos in the class and show us, like, this is actually what would happen to you if you took this hit. This is actually what would happen if you took this move, if they didn't have all the training they have. Because Jared will vouch for it, I can vouch for it, my cousin can vouch for it. Before you get into that ring, you gotta learn how to take a hit. And you gotta learn how to take a fall.
Yo, that's
But-
crazy. That's crazy, dude.
And one of the worst moves... What was that, buddy?
That's crazy. Somehow your voice is coming through Mama Bear's first.
Oh. That is kind of weird. Sorry.
No,
I'll try to be closer to the mic.
no, I just
How's
found
this
it funny.
working? Is this better?
No.
hear me
Mike.
But he's like, one of the worst moves he ever saw somebody perform was the tombstone pile driver. He's like, you would be dead if they did that wrong. You would just instantly, you would not get back up, or you would be paralyzed for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
Then he brought up the F5, and the F5, you would hope that it killed you because of the damage it could do to your body when you landed. Just because of how big he was, how big Lesnar is. Like, the damage it would do to you would just be terrifying. You could rip somebody's leg out with a sharpshooter if you weren't careful,
Right.
Was it the 5-star frog splash?
Yeah.
If that could severely damage both wrestlers if they did it properly. Like, it would just crush your lungs if you did it right. All these different moves, drop kicks, and the sweet chin music. He went down the list of all these different finishers. He's like, that's why they're called finishers. Because if this was real life, those moves would probably be finished. Oh yeah, the amount of damage those moves could really do would just end you. It's just like the same thing with martial arts. You have to learn how to throw the punches and the strikes properly, or you just end up killing the person. Unless, of course, that's your goal, in which case, screw up. But,
Well, I mean, in UFC, it's kind of, not the goal, but if it happens, it happens.
the thing I have against UFC is the amount of rules that are in UFC. There are so many moves. There are so many. Do you have any idea how many fighting styles are not allowed in the UFC that are completely banned? Hundreds. And if you happen to be a person who's a well-known, I think it was Jean-Claude Van Damme, wanted to step into the UFC ring, and they asked him kindly to say no. And he's like, well, why not? He goes, well, you see, the people who train in UFC train in mixed martial arts, which is just a little bit here, a little bit there, a little bit there. They don't master any particular art. But if you're somebody who's fully mastered a particular art form, you do have a leg up against most of them, especially if you're in the same weight class.
Right.
Speaking of weight classes, oh my goodness gracious. I've started a diet.
Oh no.
Oh yes.
Started a
I'm
diet.
eating. Yeah, I'm eating yogurt now.
How's that a diet?
Yogurt's good.
Yep, I'm eating yogurt for my breakfasts and for a snack before I go to bed. And then I'm making smaller dinners now, and so I don't have a lot of leftovers behind. And I'm making smaller lunches, and it sucks. I am used to eating so much more food than I'm allowing myself to eat now. It's horrible, but I have to do it. The doc says until he gets the results back, he doesn't want me to risk anything. He doesn't know what's going on with the old ticker. He just knows that it wasn't a heart attack or a stroke, so he just wants me to kind of just be like, hey, take it easy for a few days. I'll get back to you. If it's anything dangerous, we'll knock on your door or break it down. You know, that's how it works. And speaking of people that got some good news, hey, Jared, some good news for us today, right?
Yeah.
Good news, man, come on.
MRI revealed, yes, I have a brain.
Woo! He has a brain.
But there's nothing wrong with it. They didn't find anything wrong with it.
They can't prove insanity not there, though. They can't prove insanity not there.
EEG, I have an EEG that I have to get, so...
No, you're in our hearts, man. I hope they don't find anything wrong.
Yeah, I
If
know.
they do, hopefully it's fixable, you know?
Yeah.
I don't know how many members of this group can go without having a freaking medical emergency, but 3 of us have already gone down this month.
Well, I went down in October.
Oh, just stop. Can we go a year without every member of us having to be hospitalized? Seriously.
I literally, I don't know if Sub told you, but I had a softball size abscess in my left leg
Oh.
that had to get removed.
I thought I told you about it.
You might have. Remember, my memory works like a rusted trap.
But yeah, that was fun.
When you're inflicted with certain types of head wounds, the old memory don't work nearly as good as it used to, you know?
I get that.
Only a flesh wound.
It's only a flesh wound. You lost your arm. I've had worse. You're a loony.
Cut off your arm.
So I had to edit a bunch of my videos today, and then tomorrow I have to edit 50 more. And I have to upload the 27 that are on my computer and edit those.
I have like 15 of Alex's that I have to do, but I can't access my editing software without Wi-Fi.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
I just cheat and use the YouTube one.
Well, I still need Wi-Fi for that.
She still needs Wi-Fi.
But you know what? I just said, you know how much editing software actually costs? Holy crap!
We paid $100 for ours.
Yeah, that right there is considered, and this is not an offense to you, but like the $100 softwares around that, those are actually considered like the bargain basement level. Like, good software is like $500.
Yeah.
That's for the good stuff. It's like $500 for a disc to pop into your computer to work things. Then, of course, Mama Bear and me are going to get a new mic. We're going to be able to put it right in the middle of the room, so you all be able to hear us. I'm thinking of getting a green screen to put behind me,
Cool.
so I can put green screen stuff up around me. I plan to do it while Mama Bear is doing her little videos about her makeup, so I can I see you too. So she doesn't know what's going on in the background. I'll just sit there with the clicker and change it randomly, so suddenly she's being attacked by Godzilla or something.
Nice.
By the way, if you ever want me to do your makeup, say no unless I'm putting camouflage on your face. Seriously.
Speaking of, I have a kid on my van, Kaiju, who wants to paint your nails.
What color?
Hot pink.
No. I will allow purple, and I will allow black with little stars.
I will let him know.
What about camouflage?
Look at you, cheater. Nah, because then nobody will see it.
That's the point.
I think you have a green screen, Jug.
I don't.
What are you doing, Juggernaut? How did you pull off that movie magic back there?
Hold on. I can make it go better.
Oh no, what's it got? What's it got going on here? Just wait, there's more.
2 days later.
2 dice, 1 cup. I've seen that movie. Oh, what the?
That's a nice
Where are
room you
you?
got there.
Where are you, Juggernaut? I don't recognize that location.
Wow. It looks like an assembly line of something.
Yeah. It's very hot here. I don't know if it's very hot where you guys are.
It's hot here.
No, it's nice and cool in my room.
Bro.
You have a giant air conditioner going. We don't. We can't put our air conditioner in yet.
I still want to figure out how to live stream on Twitch on my phone.
You ever get back to that girl?
I don't remember what the streamer's name was, so I've been looking through the streamers that can go live, but I haven't seen anything that can give it away, you know?
Give it away, give it away, give it away now.
Have you considered looking on YouTube to see how to do it?
Or Pornhub, perhaps?
Don't mention Pornhub, then you'll have porn bots.
Yeah, you'll get the bots.
But you just mentioned it yourself twice.
Oh, I did that on purpose.
Oh, you're trying to get the bots in here. You cheeky little S&S. Alright, I got your number. But, onto a subject. Yeah, it's very warm here. I'm actually starting to get one of those stupid heat headaches. Ugh.
Try driving in a van where the AC don't work.
Oof.
I don't have a vehicle at the moment, so I can't. But I'll take your word for it.
So, Kaiju,
So,
shall I mention the little project that I've been working on?
oh yeah, go ahead, man.
I started a T-Mog Discord server.
Mm-hmm. They're not trying to work us into a Discord server that actually works without me having to explode.
And currently, I'm putting up the general chat with a whole bunch of TikToks.
Yeah, you are, yeah. I don't understand the whole ticky-talky thing. I don't understand the Discord stuffs. I barely understand Facebook.
Agreed.
Heck, I didn't even make my Facebook page. One of my ex-girlfriends made it for me.
I don't
I
I technically made Alex's.
Oh, could Alex make one himself? It says he has
No.
the capability. Oh,
No.
I guess we're in the same boat, huh, Alex?
Yeah. I'm
If
technically.
you accept my friend request, Rebel, I'll send you the link, and then you can post the link to Alex's in the Discord server.
Gotcha.
Kaiju, I'm
And then I'll
what
post
you
a
call
link.
game
Message.
savvy, not tech savvy.
I'm computer savvy, but I am not social savvy. I'm barely a person, okay? Like, people say
Hermit of the group.
people say I have a small group of friends. That's because if they get any bigger, I start to get nervous.
I get that. My friends list just keeps Xing out itself, so
Hmm.
yeah.
Speaking of friends till the end, I just realized something very strange. Rebel! I got a question for you.
Shoot.
Are you, or have you ever been interested in either being a member of Monsters of Gaming or the Subliminal channel?
I've tried.
I've already answered this question years ago. I said yes.
Did you?
Yeah, she was in a
yeah.
couple of videos, bro. Remember the console making video?
I can't remember if I had breakfast this morning, okay?
Yeah, bro.
Did you?
Back when we were sort of roommates, I answered this question and I said yes.
And then we made a couple
Okay.
of videos, and
Oh.
then
How big is he?
Wait, what?
oh,
Skynet's back.
Oh no, Skynet again.
You're good. You're good.
What?
You're good.
I'm good? Okay,
Good.
then maybe she didn't hear me say that. How tall is Alex?
I
Was
caught
he like 5'8"?
what you said the first time.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did.
How tall are you, Sandy?
Kaiju. Kaiju. I
If
think
I could
she's the
stand
only one that
straight
didn't
because
hear
of my
you.
back, I am 5'10", 5'11".
Was that sub?
She didn't. She's the only one that didn't understand what you said at first. Just
Yeah.
That's how tall you were. She
no,
understood
no,
that.
no, 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 no. You did not first ask that. I know what you asked first. But we're gonna move
Oh
on.
no, Skynet's taking over again. Skynet's taking over again. Oh no.
The reason why I said huh is because I heard what he said. That's why I said huh.
Oh, I see.
No, actually, what I had actually originally meant to say was how tall was he? But I wanted to explain to everybody that you are the taller of the group. You are actually taller than he is.
Don't.
Apparently my brain is baked at the moment, so I apologize. I even realized afterwards, I'm like, wait, is this guy not taking over again?
Oh.
That conversation went from PG to a little R-rated back to PG.
Kaiju.
We're meant to go R-rated.
No, it went to PG-13 right there for a second.
Kaiju, Mama Bear, I have a question. Okay. The taller one is the one that's the big spoon, correct?
It depends on which way we're facing.
Ah!
Big spoon cuddles the little spoon.
Yeah, but she's the taller one, so, and hence she's the bigger spoon, right?
Oh
Depends
no.
if she grinding or not.
Folks, I'll see you.
That's not fair. I don't want to be the one that has to hold. I want to be able to watch my videos.
I was always taught that the one that held the other one was the big spoon, and the one that was being held was the little spoon. I was always taught that way. So
That's what I'm saying.
No,
I-
you're saying the taller person is the bigger spoon. That is what you're saying.
Yes, that way I don't have to fucking reach around and be the big spoon. I don't like being the big spoon.
Well, neither do I.
That's not alright, fine, whatever.
I guess we're talking about cuddling now. I am a
Yeah.
7-time champion of cuddling the cuddling. One time I was a silver, but that wasn't fair. Brought an actual bear in. They cuddle way better than humans do.
I mean, apparently I'm really good at cuddling and keeping people warm because even through bus rides, people would always want to sit by me and lay on me. I'm like, why? Go away, people.
You're a pillow.
What kind of are you riding Bang Bus or something? What the heck, man?
He's a pillow.
Lay on your cuddling?
That time at band camp.
That time at band camp?
This one time at band camp, I became allergic to bees.
You suddenly
story.
became allergic to them.
True story. Oh, dude, speaking of bears, by the way, did you know I slept with a bear at one point? A legitimate
old was he?
bear. A legitimate.
How old was he?
I
out why,
think it was a cub. It was when I was younger. We went camping and they left. It was late when we got there and everyone was setting up. I fell asleep in the van. No one knew that the front window was open. And in the morning, apparently a cub climbed through the window and ripped all the trash by me. Left this food alone that was behind me. And the trash bag was right in front of my face where I was laying, by the way. Stole my toothbrush and then came back around later to basically be like, hey, how you doing? After, the cub got scared off and everything. But, yeah, I slept, and by the way, I slept through that whole thing. Didn't even know the bear was in there.
In a weird way.
I got woke up and told, didn't you know there was a bear in there? I was like, no, I'm sleeping, bro.
You can sleep through a bear literally ripping up things around him and then cuddling next to him.
It literally takes me an hour to wake his butt up for work.
Yeah, me and Mulder have similar fashions. I can wake up and I'm immediately energetic and bouncing around. It takes about 40 minutes or so to get the engine perked up to the point where she actually wants to speak with people.
And
Okay,
Coffee added to that.
okay, so I'm like Mama Bear and Rebels like Kaiju got you.
When I'm awake, I'm awake. And even if I didn't get any sleep, then I'm grouchy and awake. Necro loves waking up with me in the house every morning.
I I could see it on his face that he loved it.
Good morning, Necro. Yo, Kyle, I'm gonna need you to have to step back. You need to bring that down a couple notches. You're up here. You need to be downstairs.
I can deal with you.
Yet another thing Necker and I have in common.
Gibbers.
Yeah, but it doesn't take me 40 like Mom a bit.
Well, speaking of funny stories, let me pass off a few more. We can get a few funny stories in here real quick. I have a funny story with me and Juggernaut. We were chilling with one of his friends in Tamaqua, and I decided to stretch out my I'm ex-military wings against Juggernaut. By the way, a wrestler. Juggernaut is a wrestler. He is trained to be a big, moving, strong guy. So what he decided to do was, I was going to try and flip him, and he ran full speed at me. It was about 6 steps before I realized he wasn't holding out any of his hands for me to grab onto. He plowed me into the door sideways, and I felt all the air go out of my lungs instantaneously. I actually went after he hit me. He hit me so hard that when he released me, I just hit the ground like a sack of damn potatoes gasping for air. He goes, yeah. Are you okay? Breathe!
Hey, Kaiju, no lesson that day.
Okay. The unstoppable force, I am not the immovable object.
But the problem is, it happened another time.
You talking about where you slingshotted me like 14 feet across a yard? Yeah, I decided to run at Juggernaut at the same time he ran at me. We hit, and like you would see in a freaking Looney Tunes cartoon, he stopped, and I went rolling backwards about 12 feet. Like I got hit in Dragon Ball Z, I just went flying.
Yeah, and this is why we call him Juggernaut Jarrett. He's the immovable object.
You know who I am? I'm the Juggernaut!
See, Juggernaut?
Sorry.
Sub, should I tell them the story about how you tried to boogie board in the ocean?
Oh,
Sure.
do tell!
Because I don't
Do
remember.
tell!
Okay, so when we went on our trip down to our road trip down to South Carolina 2 summers ago,
Is it really that long?
he goes and buys. Yeah, it was 2 summers ago, babe.
Oh my god, no.
He went to the gift shop and bought a dolphin boogie board.
Wait, someone's starting to freak out. What's going on here? All right.
And he gets it going a little bit, then all of a sudden this wave comes up behind him and he disappears.
Just like teleport, or it just went underwater?
He went underwater, but the boogie board shoots straight up and hits him in the face as he comes back up.
Oh! I have seen that with fiberglass boards before. That was in Jersey. I watched a guy catch a fiberglass board to his chin.
And here's the funnier part, though. He acted like nobody saw it, and I got it on video.
Oh, really?
It's on my Facebook.
What? When?
You know, you wouldn't mind if I borrowed that for the T-Mog page, would you?
That's not
You
cool.
might have to zoom in on the video, but sure.
Okay, gotcha.
You.
My funny story with Necro starts like this. We were up very late playing a video game.
Always a good
Alright,
start.
so that's where a lot of the stories start. And I accidentally hit the snooze button on my phone alarm. So we're about 30 minutes late. That's Juggernaut Jared right there, ready to whoop someone else's arse. And Necro comes in. And I woke up, looked at my phone. I didn't hear the alarm, so I thought, oh, it's like a Saturday or something, because I can miss days. That's my memory. I sat down and started playing, and Nick comes over, and what you doing? I go, playing some games. I go, all right. He goes, you know we're supposed to be at work in like 10 minutes, right? I'm in my pajamas. So I quickly struggle to get all my clothes on, shower and all that crap, get in the car, start driving. Nick goes, you know, we're not going to make it. We're going to be late. Well, what's going to happen? I go, they're going to charge us points. We're not going to get paid for like 2 hours of work.
Oof.
We're driving. I go, so let's go get breakfast. He looks and goes, oh, we'll be even more late. I go, yeah, but we're still going to get charged for 2 hours regardless, right? And he goes, Friendlies? I'm like, Friendlies? He goes, Friendlies. We went right to Friendlies, literally up the road from our job.
Nice.
We're in there. Who walks up behind us but our boss?
Oh no.
She was supposed to be in work. I turn around, aren't you? He goes, yeah, but I'm already late for work, so I'm going to get docked those 2 hours, so I'm having breakfast. I go, that's what we're doing. We literally chilled outside until we were like a minute before going in. He goes, come with me, watch this, watch this. He walks, he goes, sorry we're late, my car broke down, so we're just going to mark these guys good. We ended up getting paid for the 2 hours that we spent with the boss.
Nice.
Nice.
Now for my funniest story of all, Mr. Subliminal.
Oh no.
Oh.
Necro and
Wait, you have a story about me that's funny?
yeah,
Oh,
because
no.
we have video evidence of it.
Oh, no.
Oh yeah.
Video
It's on our
evidence.
channel.
No, no.
It's not only on our channel, but it's also on another channel's channel.
Wait, it's on another channel's channel?
Yeah, it's on the channel that we did the video for.
I'm trying to...
He walks into the room, and he's like, what are you guys doing? And I go, ah! And then Nick goes, ah! And he, for the longest time, Subliminal was trying not to laugh.
Oh, the sponge
We're
monk.
smacking our
Okay.
faces, the sponge of the monk club. We're ripping the bag open with our teeth. He starts rolling. He can barely stand. I have to reach over on 2 occasions and grab him because he's falling out of the camera. I'm trying to hand him sponges. He can't even move his hands. He is laughing so hard. He is flailing wildly, trying. He is grabbing his gut. Necro and I are just screaming and punching the ground and sponge. Stub, on the other hand, is trying his hardest to stay standing. He wasn't ready for it. We just started the video when he walked into the room, and Sub is just losing it. His face is so red that I was expecting us to have to take him to the hospital. What makes matters worse is I literally injured myself during it. I actually had this splitting headache from the front of my head to the back because of how much I was trying to get my face all red. I was just like trying to freak out, look really excited. But yeah, if you guys ever want to see that, just look up the Sponge of the Month Club by T-Mog, and you can see him trying his hardest to keep standing during that video. To this day, I can't help but laugh during that video.
Oh, shit. I can't...
I have a funny T-Mog story.
Oh.
Funny T-Mog story. Is it funny haha or funny like we shouldn't say it over the intercom?
Funny as in ha-ha.
Okay. Well, you keep talking. I'll be back in a second, but I can still hear you because my apartment is tiny.
Let me tell you the date. January
Oh,
1st.
no. He knows the
Oh, no.
date.
You know, hey, uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
It was a New Year's Day, Sunday fun day.
Oh, no, I know this one. I know the story.
Uh-oh. I got it.
And
I get it.
it was me, Kaiju, Necro. I believe Brandon was there and Kitten of Doom, and we were playing Gary's Mod.
Oh, he's good.
And for some reason, people seem to be drunk.
Some reason.
And it was actually a pretty interesting set of videos because Kitten of Doom couldn't remember the year.
I was under painkillers, so I couldn't figure out what time of day it was. I remember that. I was under painkillers for that one.
Necro, I think
I was the soberest out of any of us other than Juggernaut.
no, I had a hangover because I partied at Sanctuary the night before.
And Necro, that was the same time that you couldn't sleep for like 2 days straight. You were just exhausted. I remember the video. The only one there that wasn't dying was Brandon.
Yeah.
Everybody shooting him constantly. We were shooting at walls. We were stumbling into each other's traps by accident. None of us could do anything
And
properly.
Brandon was just sitting in the background laughing his ass off.
Yep. That was one of the Trouble in Terrorist Town
Yeah.
That's one. Probably one of the last 15 or so. Speaking of which, when you all get everything together, you all's ready. We're gonna make a complete series out of both games. Hope you all are ready for this. We need to bring back TBT. We need to bring back Prop Hunt.
Hell.
Mama Bear's stoked about it. Jared stoked about it. I'm stoked about it. Nick's stoked about it. Even Subliminal's stoked about it.
I miss
And
Prop
I don't know
Hunt.
About it.
All the time.
Because I want to play Prop Hunt.
I miss Prop
Well, here's the
Hunt.
thing. We were also told by a particular member of the group who's currently been gone because he's been off to college. The second he hears that we're doing it again, he's going to jump back in. I believe you remember Bonsai Brandon? Battlefield Brandon, Bloodlust Brandon, Baby Doll Brandon.
I'm gonna kill you, little Brandon.
Or just call him Murder Squad member number 1.
Yeah, Murder Squad member number 1, I was number 2. And then we just had on and off members for the longest time. I think by the end, all but 2 people were members of Murder Squad at one point. You know, the Kitten of Doom was only a temporary member until she blew up both me and Brandon from behind.
I remember that.
And also the episode where we found out that trains can kill you instantly, because then she tried to run from both Necro and Juggernaut and got hit by a train and died instantaneously. Yeah.
That sounds like something I would do.
Wait, who's the other one that was never
It's funny.
a member?
That was Roadblock.
Roadblock was?
Roadblock Brandon? Yeah, he was never a member. He was anti-Murder Squad. In fact, he spent a lot of his time trying to hunt down Battlefield. It was like a constant rivalry between them, unless Sub was there, in which case then they both try to kill Sub.
I don't know why.
And I was always the traitor. I was always the traitor, according to Sub.
Why did everyone always go after me? I don't remember why.
At least because you started both of them, I believe.
What? You kind of lagged on my side.
You started a war with both of them.
No recollection of this.
I believe
And then it was always, alright, bounty on Sub.
Oh yeah.
If his camera was on, you would see his smile when he said no recollection of that. I'm not even in the same room. And I know he has the M smile, which means he's lying.
I don't know what you're talking about, babe.
See?
Oh yeah, and now there's different codes. Like the game is actually really evolved now. Dublin Terrace now has multiple different things you can be. Like you can be a terrorist, or you can be a drunk. You can be a loot goblin. You could be an assassin, a summoner, a necromancer. Be lots of things. They got lots of weapons, new interactive maps and crap like that. It's huge. And Prop Hunt. Oh, Prop Hunt's got pretty terrifying too. Somebody figured out how to make conveyor belts work in the Gary's mod. So now they're starting maps with us like just endless dolls on conveyor belts.
Ooh.
So you can like jump onto a conveyor belt and go through rooms that the people can't chase you through and hop into other rooms. There's also a lot of different new game types too. Apparently, when they started making those ideas, that's when the games like Among Us came out. And Among Us even admitted that they stole that idea from Gary's mod, so they even admit that they took that away. So, yeah, Among Us was originally in Gary's mod. You can actually play Among Us on Gary's mod.
Nice.
Speaking of games, has anyone ever heard of this game called Overwatch?
Yes.
Or as I like to
Never
call
played it.
It's called Paladin's Light. I admit it, there's more personality in just Fernando than there is in every member of Overwatch.
Yes.
Yeah.
When you play Overwatch, you get the basic idea of who the person is, but when you play Paladins, you live that character. Fernando, charges to the heavens! But Yeah, apparently it's going down now. They're taking it off the systems.
That's because apparently 2's coming out.
Yeah. They said the same thing about Ark Survival Evolved 2 years ago, and 2 still isn't out. Believe me, I'll stick with Ark
They're
Survival
supposed to be
Evolved.
making another Kingdom Hearts game.
Oh, jeez.
Skynet! Signal!
Skynet.
Thanks, Skynet!
Robot.
You promised you'd come in September.
Wait, who was the robot?
You.
Rebel.
Oh. Well, what I said was it's supposed to be coming out with another Kingdom Hearts game.
We saw the trailer for it. It looked fucking amazing. Now I just have to get Mama Bear to get to Kingdom Hearts 2 so I can play Kingdom Hearts 2 all the way through. So I can finally play Kingdom Hearts 3 because I've never played that one. So I can go and play Kingdom Hearts 4 when it comes out. And right now, Mama Bear's been at the last boss area for 3 months.
Holy cow, baby.
Was that?
You're lagging hard. You're
What do you want from me? My phone's being an ass.
I see this.
Okay, now you
They let you say that.
I mean, there's lots of things I want from you, but, in Hazleton, it's a 6-hour drive from here. I can't have that. I don't want you to drive in a van with no air conditioning 6 miles just to give me a high five. What do you guys think I was talking about? A bunch of pervs? Y'all a bunch of pervs.
I thought.
I can't rope into that.
So I got
Oh,
this
but I
loofah for
said
nothing,
that-
Kaiju?
Wait,
I got
what?
this loofah for nothing?
You can bring the loofah, man. I don't care. I love the nice scrub back. We can spoon afterwards. I have no problem spooning with a dude.
You get it, babe.
Well,
don't
you're
you?
gonna have to be the big spoon because he doesn't like to be the big spoon.
Well, if you and me both cuddle him, then it becomes a sandwich and he just becomes the meat. There's the smile I wanted to see. I finally got Sandy to actually smile for once. Yes.
I think there's a little blushing in there.
But also, she just
No, that's
has, like,
sunburn. That's sunburn.
Likely
We'll call it sunburn for now.
It's
Like-
sunburn. I burn easily. If you don't believe me, look at my Facebook profile with Chris Motionless. That was at Warped Tour. I forgot sunblock. I was as red as a lobster.
Talking about a guy who can look at a picture of the sun and catch sunburn, okay? I understand. Alright?
So, Kyle,
Oh, what's up?
I want you to tell a funny story about a door in your old room.
Oh, are you talking about the magic story?
Yes.
Okay. I know y'all don't believe in magic, but I got people who will vouch for this. So, in
Was
my
it my
house...
brother?
What?
I forget who it was. Was it my brother?
It was your brother chasing me, yeah.
Okay.
So in my house, in my old house, if you turned right, it was originally my room that I gave it to Necro. But, and it was a closet that you could just slam the door shut. So I can't remember what I said to his brother. It was something to get him to want to chase me around and try to strangle me. So it had to have been something pretty bad, because Eric's a pretty chill guy. I went running up the stairs. I ran into the room. I slammed the door shut. I opened up the closet door. I slammed the closet door shut. I was holding onto the knob. When Eric came in, I was going to grab onto the knob and push it open and knock him down. I heard him open up the door, and I heard him close the door behind him, like, shh, he knows I'm going to do something. I felt him grab onto the end, and as I twisted it, nowhere to lie, I opened the door facing behind Eric. It was somehow opening the hallway door behind Eric. And Eric looked in the closet, looked at me, looked in the closet again, and instantly went, "How did you do that?" We pounded on every wall. We tried to reenact it. Nothing. Suddenly, he went in, opened up that closet door like he was freaking the god of war himself, like he was going to bring down his chains on me. And I appeared behind him and was like, "Ha, what?" Don't know how it happened, but suddenly I went from point A to point B to point real fast. I can tell you about the worst injury I've ever had besides in the military. You guys want to hear about that one?
Nope.
So, in case y'all didn't know, I can snowboard. I'm actually pretty decent at snowboarding.
Interesting.
I'm not quite at the Rocco level. This Neko here was almost in the X Games. It wasn't for his ankle. Literally, what?
Ribs. Remember, I wrapped myself around the tree.
That's right. Sorry,
I
ribs.
played hula hoop with the tree. As my body was the hula hoop.
The day before he signed the papers, he had the papers in his hand, but couldn't sign because of his ribs. Anyways, I went to Jack Frost in Big Boulder with a big group of friends. And my girlfriend at the time, Marie. And we went down a double black diamond slope. Now, in case anyone's ever been down a double black diamond slope, they're very dangerous. I don't suggest you go down them very often. Have fun with the regular ones, but just don't do anything that's actually going to hurt you. This one had little rail jumps on it and everything like that. I thought, this is great. I'll go down and impress everybody. I start flying down the hill. Just, whew, I'm gone. I see this little grind, so I jump up and I grind on it. I get a nice little grind. I go down and I see another one coming. What I didn't see was that the snow in front of it had piled up.
Oh no.
I hit the snow before I hit the ramp. Now, have you ever had the whole world go into slow motion?
Yeah.
Everything so as I'm in midair, I'm about halfway down the slide, so I decide to turn my board to try and catch the grind. I didn't realize how high in the air I was. And I hit the grind, the board snapped.
Oh no.
Now, I must be going a foot 10 miles per hour at this point in time. My right leg went to the right side of the pole. My left leg went to the left side of the pole.
Oh no.
I kept going. And my,
You're not trying to down the ball.
and my snow pants did not survive. It gets worse. So afterwards, I smashed myself in the snowbank at the end, and I'm literally in tears. They have to come down. They have to go with a snowmobile and get me and everything. Meanwhile, I have this little flip phone. My freaking girlfriend at the time goes, "Some idiot just wiped out horribly. Did you see him?" Meanwhile, I'm being brought down on the skinny sled with a little butthole cover. It's at this point where everyone realizes, I hurt myself. I had 37 stitches.
Oh no.
From just where they start all the way down to the butthole. 37 stitches. I had to sit on a special little inflatable. I was told I was not allowed to have any sexual orientation at all until it was healed 6 months later. And this just made my ex-girlfriend want to tease me more and more. Pain! Pain, I tell you, was on a scale so epic. I feel only my military injuries could top the pain I felt on that day.
Oh, I probably would have teased you too.
Oh, I'm sure you would have teased me. You teased me just by walking around. Needless to say, I'm glad he still works. But the injury was so bad that they literally shut down that slope for the rest of the night.
Oh.
The medic took one look at the wound and went, "Ambulance! Ambulance!" Apparently there was a trail of blood down the mountain following me.
Damn.
By the time the ambulance got up there, I was lightheaded. And they were trying to put fluids into me, but they kept coming out because I kept spitting them back up. Then I fell unconscious and I woke up in the hospital.
That's good.
Would not. He made not a single insulting comment. Bless his soul for like the first week. Afterwards, however, it was for that first week. It was very nice, opening doors for me, helped me get into the car, driving me home and everything. Afterwards, he just laid it on. But for that first week, and everybody in school found out. Everybody in school found out. I've never snowboarded since that day. I ski, but I have never snowboarded since that day.
Hey, Necro. Skynet.
They're coming to get us.
Do you remember the kaiju hammock story?
Yes, I remember.
Several kaiju hammock stories, but you might want to refresh my memory here.
The one where the board came out of the wall.
Oh, ow, yeah, I remember that one. Ow. Oh, geez. Thank you for reminding me of that one. So we decided to put a hammock up improperly. All right, now, you'd think that 3 men, because Necro was there, you'd think that 3 men would have the engineering prowess somehow be able to put a hammock up in a room. So, we used a stud finder, found the studs, drilled a hole in, cranked the hammock in, like you're supposed to.
I think this board's gonna hold, don't you?
Yep, his words. Those were my words, wasn't it?
Yep.
I think this board will hold. So, I jump into the hammock. I'll remember the next 5 minutes of my life. I remember coming to and trying to figure out why the board that I was attached to was on the floor. I was also trying to figure out why I had such a big headache. I was also trying to figure out why Jared and Necro were on the ground crying because they were having something. I don't remember 5 minutes after being hit by that board. Apparently, as I said, I jumped into it, and the board immediately came out and straight out, RKO out of nowhere at me. And it hit me so hard that it hit me while I was still in mid-fall. Like, it hit me while I was still falling. It slingshot it down and beat me right at the top of the head. I don't remember it. I just remember laying on the ground, those 2 laying on the ground, laughing their asses off, and me going, did it hold? I was completely on the ground. Why do I have a headache? They remember it. They can't stop laughing. They remember it. Pain brings joy to many. Pain Man! Should have been a member of Jackass. Oh. And I can't breathe. He has to sit up. He can't breathe.
My back's hurting.
Speaking of hammocks and them hurting us, I have another hammock story.
Oh no.
This one involved Reaper Rose's daughter, Riley. So we decided to put Riley in my new hammock, metal one that didn't attach to the wall, by the way. For certain reasons I'm sure you all have come to understand.
Because it didn't hold.
So Riley looks at me, because she's a little one at the time, and she goes, "You put me up in the hammock?" And I say, "Yes." We put her in the hammock. And Necro goes, "Watch this," and spins her around once. Again and again and again and again and again. As we're spinning her around, it's getting like a little cocoon. It's getting tighter and tighter. She's in there, and then we hear, "Kaiju Necro, I'm home." It's Reaper Rose.
Oh no.
She's picking up her daughter to make sure that she did her homework. She didn't do it. To make sure that we checked her bag for any teacher notes. We didn't check crap. To make sure she didn't get overstimulated because she had a very, very trying day. We just spun her around like someone getting caught in an F5 cyclone. She comes running up the stairs. "Where's Riley?" She's in the bathroom. And all I hear behind me is, "No, not." Doesn't hear this, runs to the bathroom. I grab onto Riley's one side. Nick grabs another, and we whip her around until the match is on his back. However, during the spin cycle, it opens up just enough for her to catch a little bit of air. She goes up. Panic comes to a stop. Rosetta walks in to see her child floating in midair, with me and Necro's hands both up in the air like this. and lands in the hammock. And she goes, "What?" And Necro looks at me and goes, "The summoning ritual is complete. We got her home in time."
Oh my gosh.
Reaper was so mad. Not as mad as the day me and him got sent to pick up Riley from her school because it was right up the road because some little boy was picking on her friend and she clocked him. Laid him out. Me and Necro, the concerned parents that we are, wink, up to Riley. We walk in the door, the first thing Riley goes is, "That's my daddy," and comes running up to me. Which, of course, broke the teacher's heart. She's like, "Oh, that's so sweet." She explained to me what happened. I looked her very honestly in the face and said, "So what you're saying is my daughter defended this little girl's honor because she was getting her hair pulled, and your teachers were just standing there letting it happen." Well, no, she punched him ago after this little boy had been pulling this little girl's hair and trying to throw her down a flight of stairs. Your teachers just watched. This teacher became gobstruck. She had nothing to say. I just smiled, grabbed Riley's hand, and we walked away. Walking away, Necro holds his hand up high, Riley jumps up and smacks a high five, and we kept walking. This is not where the story ends, mind you.
Oh no.
In time, that teacher calls up Reaper Rose, who is at work. She explains to Rosetta what just happened. Me and Necro are sitting there, we're giving props to Riley, that's how we taught her to go. We've been picking her up from school for about 4 months now, That's how we taught her. Self-defense is self-defense. We hear this car squeal to a stop outside like 2 hours later. Okay? We hear stomping. We hear the door downstairs jiggle its handle. We hear the keys unlock it. We hear her take 2 steps inside the house, and we hear my little brother go, "Calm yourself, tiny woman." There is my daughter. And he looks at her and goes, "You mean my niece? She's upstairs getting showered in praise." Rosetta and her, I'm attempting to be big and bad, comes stomping up the stairs, which, by the way, is basically the equivalent of hearing somebody smacking a pillow repeatedly. She weighs, no offense to Reaper, but she weighs 100 pounds holding a 90-pound sack of potatoes. She's not very big and intimidating. She comes in and tries to puff herself up against me. Now, I'm not going to brag. I'm a pretty tall guy. Rose is not a tall person. She comes up to about maybe the top of my stomach in height.
She is one of the shortest.
She's one of, if not the shortest member we have. She pokes me in the chest and goes, "What did you say to that teacher?" And I looked at her and I said, "My daughter defended somebody's honor and she should be praised for it instead of being thrown out like a dog." And she was obstructed. She goes, "Riley, what you did was wrong." And Riley went, "No, it's not." And she was standing there proud, and she goes, "Laugh with me, Chaco." And me and her went, "Whoa!" together. Reaper did not appreciate this. Now, remember how I told you there was another hammock story, right? Mm-hmm. Reaper jumps up and tries to dig what claws she has into my shoulders. Necro grabs her from behind, and with the speed of a luchador, throws her into the hammock, grabs onto it, and just wings her around until she... We go, "Hey guys, you got an idea. Let's go to Walmart real quick." We go out and hop into my car and go driving off. We go to Giant. We see Reaper's car go flying past. I call up Walmart to one of her friends and tell him she's coming, but we told her we were going to stop at Giant instead. So then we got up and go around to the back highway. Apparently Reaper slammed on the brakes when she found out and went flying back towards Giant. We're gone. We go up to Reaper's apartment, drop Riley off. Call her up, say, "Where are you? We're at the apartment." She comes flying up to the apartment now. Echo and I are gone. But ninjas, we've already gone down the road towards Lake Irene. She has no idea where we are. She did not show up for 4 days. She was so abstract with us. You know what the worst part is? When she did show up, she apologized to me. And she said I was right. And you know what? There's nothing in the world better than feeling somebody realize they're wrong and telling you were right. Nothing. Oh, I didn't have to eat for 3 days feeling that. Oh, that filled up my tum-tum.
Sub, tell them the story of the time you watched your nephew and fell asleep.
No,
What?
I don't know which one that one.
The one where it just came up.
Does it happen more than once?
Yeah.
The one time Nolan got into the baby powder.
Oh no.
That I fell asleep for a few seconds because it was quiet, and I didn't know at this time that if it's quiet, that's a bad sign.
Oh, yeah.
My sister-in-law, my now sister-in-law, she comes into the house and she's like, "Hey, where's Nolan?" I'm like, "Oh, he's playing in his room. He's been quiet." And she's like, "Quiet?" I was like, "Yeah, why?" Goes in the room, calls me in. She's like, "All right, now you gotta clean this room." The whole room is powdered, and including himself. And the toys that can open is full of powder as well. So,
Just so Sub isn't the only one to throw himself under the bus. Just recently, my son Marcus, who you people have seen many a times running by and giggling and laughing. He might even still be awake. I can't tell if he is or not. Marcus, are you awake? He's asleep. Oh, he's awake. Okay.
He's awake.
He went into the bathroom. Now, we were teaching him to close the door when he's in the bathroom so he has privacy and everything like that. I'm telling the story about what happened in the past, buddy, not what happened recently, okay? And it goes quiet. Now, it doesn't just go quiet for 5-10 minutes. It goes quiet for like half an hour.
oh.
Oh.
Now, what you have to understand is, at the time, I was in a recording.
Oh.
And at the same time, Mama Bear was also in the recording. At this time where we had just finished a match, I realized Marcus was still in the bathroom. I go, hope everything's okay. So I walk towards the bathroom and I hear a bunch of shuffling and trying to hide things. I open up the door and I use this dry rub powder for my hands when I wash them. Makes my hands feel a little better. Makes them smell like my great-grandparents' house for some reason. It's everywhere. It is on his head. It is in his shirt. It's in his pants.
He just got out of the shower not 10 minutes earlier.
Yeah, so he had it on him. It was glued to him. He had just gotten out of the shower. It's on the floor, in the toilet, around the toilet, in the sink, in the shower's tub, just he sprayed it up into the shower head. It was. I didn't know there was enough of that stuff in the actual bottle to do this. And I'll be honest with you guys. Have you ever gotten so upset that you literally just like lost everything you had and just like collapsed?
Yeah.
You ever been so angry that your body shut you down so you couldn't be that angry?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It happened to me. That's what happened to me. I was like, why? And I just like, gotta stop the stream. I have to stop the stream. I almost collapsed making it to the freaking different desk. I'm like, oh god. Gotta stop the stream or I'm going to kill somebody. It took us 6 days to clean it all up.
6 days?
We found it in places we didn't know he could put it.
Oh.
He reached underneath the back of the toilet and sprayed it up there.
Oh, nice.
He opened up the freaking toilet lid and poured it in there. Get to the sink and sprayed it. Anything that could hold powder, he was putting it in.
Speaking of Marcus, what are you doing?
Speaking of which, Marcus.
Alright. I'm going to show you how much of a bad parent I would be and how much of a bad babysitter I am.
I just I doubt that. I let you watch Fargus.
I was talking with a friend of mine. She had to watch her nephew. So me, before I went over, I went to Turkey Hill, got a thing of iced coffee, a couple things of chocolate milk, some Mountain Dew, and a couple odds and ends things.
That was all for you, right?
Mhm.
I don't like where this story is going all of a sudden.
I walk into where they are, and the kid sees chocolate milk. He's like, "Ooh, what's that?" And I said, "Chocolate milk." He's like, "Can I have some?" So I give him a glass. Then after that, he wanted a glass of Mountain Dew. Then after that, he wanted coffee. So we gave it to him.
I see where this is going.
6 hours straight, bouncing off the wall.
I've been there.
Before we
Been there.
took him back to his mother. Another thing of coffee, 2 more glasses of chocolate milk, and 1 more glass of Mountain Dew.
Oh, you're evil. What?
You're evil.
Took him back, and we left. She was never asked to babysit ever again.
I have a similar story back when I actually babysat people. Yes, that's right. I was also a babysitter. Would want to leave their child with somebody who looks like this. I know.
Hi, Jim.
But my secret was about an hour before the parents got home, I would break out my secret weapon. Back in the day, it was called Boost Energy Drink.
Oh no.
Now, I can't remember which company bought it. Nowadays, it's either known as Red Bull or it's known as Monster. I don't know which one it was. Anyway, I would break that out and a bunch of pixie sticks.
Oh no.
Oh no.
I would mix them together and I would pour them for the children. I'd say, drink up, and I'd let them drink it until they got full. And I'd say, now, run around the house as fast as you can. I don't want to be able to catch you. Run, and I would just pretend to chase after them. About 20 minutes in, kids would just zonk. Burn them out. Put them in bed. The parents would say thank you. The kids always woke up groggy like they had a hangover, but no one ever asked. Don't even ask me what my secret was. Little did they know that I was buzzing their kids and getting paid $20 an hour to do so. I'm talking about a bad babysitter. I charge people $20 an hour to watch their kids, only to drug them up in the end so they could go running around 90 miles per hour and crash. You just gave the kids back while they were energized.
So you overcharge to undercharge. Got you.
My name was very well known in Hazleton. I happened to be known. My uncle Zola was a member of Hazleton. I had friends with the Barlettas. Everyone knew me as a goody two-shoe. No one realized I was the guy that was working all the things behind the back, like some kind of evil shadow puppet master. That's how I do it. I'm not the evil guy you face off with. I'm the villain behind the scenes. You don't know I'm there. Everyone thought I was a goody two-shoe. Boy, were they wrong. He would never do drugs. He's never drank anything.
Okay, hang on. I got a better example of how Kaiju's a good babysitter.
No. Story is this. Keep it PG.
It's PG-ish. Yes.
13-ish?
It'd go that way, yeah.
Okay, all right, I'm good then.
Okay, so let me paint you a picture. Kyle's about 15, 16 years old,
No.
hanging out with another 15, 16-year-old kid named Eric Laraco.
I know what's about to happen. Oh no.
Oh no.
And
You're about to.
And Eric and Kyle were instructed to watch a 10 or 11-year-old Nick Laraco.
You were 10 at the time. You were 10 at the time.
Oh no.
So their idea was to go into the woods and have a bonfire.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Now, let me give you guys let me paint you a different picture though. Right? The 10-year-old went out to have a bonfire just after me and Eric Laraco found an open truck of Axe body spray. Take an entire container with us. I'll continue with the story then. I know where this is going.
So they'd take me and themselves out to where they normally go to light fires. And while they're making the fire, they decide to start throwing axe and spraying it around and whatnot.
Boy,
Oh, jeez.
boy, I know the story.
So, me being, 10 years old, I'm not all the smartest, and I'm still a kid, I decide to start jumping through the fire.
Now, just for context,
I did that
me and
before.
Eric were all kind of on the side of being a little bit on the high side.
Oh no.
Oh no.
I did that.
If you don't want to be add a little scene to this. So we are thinking two guys, both high as kites. Necro starts jumping through the fire. So we decide, okay, Necro, watch this. So we take a stick, we spray it with the Axe body spray, we stick it in, it instantly catches on flames. Like, ooh! So we spend the next 5 minutes drenching Nick LaRocco.
Oh, no.
No!
Stay away from the fire. Because we thought, hey, he saw what happened to the stick. He couldn't possibly. Continue, Necro. We all know what happens there.
Oh,
No,
no.
I think I possibly wouldn't be that stupid. Well, they were again. And I jumped through the fire, and there was a flaming Nick.
Became the Human Torch.
Flame on.
Just in time for Nick's dad to come around the corner. Saw Nick catch on fire like he walked into a church. Suddenly, Nick's dad teleports 130 feet, grabs Nick and whips him into one of the stripping holes. Turns around while Nick's in midair. What did you two do? Then turns and runs back after Nick. Mind you, Nick is unharmed except a little bit of singeing around the eyebrows. I think like one of his elbows got burnt. He's unharmed other than that. We drenched him with so much axe, he actually created like a cocoon around him. Man, we're using the word cocoon a lot tonight. This is getting bad.
Are you Mothman kind of dude?
Beautiful butterfly at the end. Have you ever been threatened to be grounded down to Japan?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
My parents were so upset they threatened to put me through a hole in the ground so I could be grounded at my grandparents' place in Japan. That's how angry they were when they heard it. My mom was, after my mom left, my dad looked at me and goes, he was that stupid? But once your mom goes to work, you're off the hook. And he walked away from me. Eric, on the other hand, was not so lucky. Dad took his car, put it up on a jacklift so he couldn't get to it, locked the jacklift, and kept the key with himself.
Oh, man.
Eric was forced to ride on the bus for 2 months straight, which he absolutely despised. Nick got taken out to his favorite restaurant as an apology by his dad. Because guess who was supposed to be watching Nick that day?
You too.
No, we were paid by your dad. We were paid by your dad. He had a business meeting, so he had us watch you.
And you failed.
We failed miserably. No, we failed spectacularly. If you looked up the word failed, I mean, nowadays there's a picture of Biden next to it, but if you looked up until before Biden showed up, there was a picture of me and Eric LaRocco smiling up in the sky.
They were going to also use me as their next lighter for the joint.
If your dad hadn't showed up, we were going to use you to light the next joint, yes.
Okay, I got one.
Okay.
My sister was supposed to watch me and my cousin. We're about like a couple months apart in age.
Yeah, but how old were you at the time?
At the time, we were both 5.
Okay, this already sounds like a horror story. Continue.
So she decides to just watch TV and sit there and ignore us, not pay attention to what we're doing. So we decide to pretty much reverse TP the house.
Okay, describe reverse TP to me because I'm terrified of this
Okay.
thought.
where, you know how, like, when normally you TP a house, the toilet paper's all over the outside of the house?
Oh no.
It was all over the inside.
The inside of the house.
Oh my
It
god.
started off as, hey, let's see how long the toilet paper roll actually is and see how far we can get it from the bathroom. And then we found all the other toilet paper rolls. And at the time, we lived in a 2-story half a double.
Oh.
Oh no.
That's a lot of TP.
Yes, there was.
Nowadays.
My mom came home from a house cleaning job.
Oh no.
We were smart enough not to touch the living room. That was the only room we didn't go in because that's where my sister was watching TV. But the way the house was set up was you walk through the front door, there's a living room, and then the dining room, kitchen, the bathroom was in the back, and then the stairs to go upstairs. All you see is a sea of white, fluffy toilet paper over everything. We somehow even got it up on the ceiling fan, which I still don't remember how we did that.
I was 12 years old. I was told to load the dishwasher for the first time. I had never loaded the dishwasher before. I stuffed it full of plates and everything, made it look all pretty. Found out that they were out of detergent. What did I do? I have an idea. I'm going to fill the reservoir with Dawn dish soap. What we usually use to clean dishes.
Oh no.
The kitchen was 3 feet of foam in every direction.
Oh, party!
Because I had gone upstairs because I thought the dishwasher would just go do itself, so I went upstairs. My father went to go get himself some of the snack on, turned around and saw foam crawling towards him across the floor, 2 rooms away.
Oh boy.
Oh my goodness gracious.
Oh, jeez.
I was 10 years old.
One time in band camp,
And we had an attic where I grew up. And one of the boards was loose. And underneath the board was just the ceiling. I hit the loose board, went through the ceiling into my mom's room, landed halfway on the bed, halfway on the floor, and fucked my ankle up.
ow.
My mom comes up, asks what the hell's going on, sees the hole, and proceeds to look at me and said, "What did you do?" And I said, I stepped on the loose board. And she just looks at me and says, if you get a job, you're paying for this. I said, what? It was an accident. Grounded for 3 weeks straight.
Damn.
To bring up this topic because we're talking about punishments, isn't it funny that a lot of our punishments that we had growing up are now things we would rather have than real life?
Yeah.
You can't go anywhere this weekend. All right, you're awesome.
What's the worst punishment you've had? I could start off. Mine was we made this wooden bench for the kitchen table. Now my dad didn't like hitting people. It would give him agita, so he figured he'd have us do a punishment that he used to have to do as a kid, except he had to be kneeling on rice while doing it. We had to kneel on this bench because we did something really bad. I don't remember what it was, but that's besides the point. Well, me and my ex-stepbrother, we had to kneel on this bench and hold gallon jugs straight out, and if we moved, our time limit got reset. So, and it was like a 10 minutes that we had to sit there with our arms straight. Now, I think we ended up sitting there for almost an hour, and then he's like, all right, that's enough. You clearly learned your lesson, but it was like almost an hour, though.
Jeez. I can't mention my worst punishment for sanctity's sake, but I can tell you one of the worst I ever saw was my poor sister. Now, I can't remember what my sister did, but my mother wasn't feeling well. My sister did something that upset my mother, so my mother told her, stand in the corner, right over there. I hear you. You'll be in there 15 minutes longer. My sister stood in the corner. My mother took some medication. He fell asleep. Now, mind you, it was somewhere in the afternoon when she told my sister to come into the corner. When she woke up, it was pitch black in her room. So it had to be several hours later, and my sister had accidentally, dealt with herself because she was afraid to turn around, stood in the corner terrified because my parents had brought us up to be fearful of them. So she didn't say a dang thing while my mother sat there and slept. Hours of just standing there shaking. She finally heard my mom moving and asked, I promise I'll be good. Can I get out of the corner, Mommy? My mother felt so horrible for it. Me and my brother, we couldn't do anything. Like, we even snuck in there and told her mom was asleep. We would take her place for a little while if she needed to go somewhere. My sister was adamant to do her punishment. My mother never made us stand in the corner again. She found more creative things to do with us.
Yeah, we had
So,
a song when we had to stand in the corner. I believe it went, I want to go to bed, but I cannot go to bed because I have to stand here in the corner.
Skynet's keeping us from hearing the song.
Yes.
Skynet prevented us from hearing the song. Still there?
Yeah, I'm
Jug?
here.
Skynet still got you.
Skynet's got
Hey,
me.
release him! Hooray! Oh, hey! Yeah, you started to sing your song, it's like, it's like Skynet's trying to take it away. He doesn't want us to hear the song. He's trying to protect us. All hail Skynet!
Am I here now?
Yes.
Now, you've been gone for like 5 minutes.
Oh, okay. So the song was I want to go to bed, but I cannot go to bed. Okay, guess I'm not allowed to sing it.
Nope.
Just shoot it down in the message below. Just shoot in the message below. Alright, folks, well, my son has now officially reached the period of time where he's brushing his teeth, so he has to be off the bed. So unfortunately, we have to end this live stream. Now, folks, next Monday, not Tuesday, but next Monday, we'll be doing a live stream about legendary weapons, or just regular weapons from fictional moments. It could be from video games, animes, cartoons, movies, just weapons you would like to have. And I'm going to make a caveat here. It's a weapon you would actually be able to carry.
I got the perfect
So
one.
no Final Fantasy VII Buster Blades, probably weigh about 800 pounds. No shields big enough to stop Godzilla's breath because there's no way one of us would be able to carry them.
Hey,
Well, there goes.
how about this?
However,
Go ahead.
remember I said only weapons that you could actually wield.
Well, there goes my Highlander.
Why?
I have to find that
I
book.
still work.
I have to find
You
that
can
book.
wield claymores with ease. I've swung a claymore before. They're not that heavy. Average claymore only weighs about 14 pounds. They're not heavy weapons. Yes, technically for a blade, that is a pretty heavy blade. A 14-pound blade is pretty heavy. I could easily wield one. Means you could easily wield one.
I know, but I'm just saying. One that you can openly carry around.
No, not openly carry. No, I mean one that you could actually use. You know, like there's
I
no way I.
technically have mine.
Okay, then you can just bring that up when we get there. Like I doubt any of us are actually worthy of picking up Mjolnir, so none of us can use the hammer from freaking Thor.
What do
Okay.
you mean? I'm pure. I'm worthy.
Oh, I was about to ask how pure you are, and everyone just shuts you down.
I'm pure.
I'm obviously.
Oh shit.
I think I know what Necro's first weapon's gonna be. Anything from Dark Souls.
Oh boy, here we go again.
I have
He
a
just told you
multi-use
you're
weapon.
number one.
That's okay. I don't need Mjolnir. I have to find the book, but I have the perfect weapon, and it doesn't even look like one.
So do I, because I've already found a guilty little present. I found a loophole in Deathgasm's own rules. Yes, I have. And when you guys hear my loophole, you're all going to be very happy for me.
Okay.
And the following week, we're actually going to be doing or maybe we'll do it that week on the Tuesday, we're going to do another one about board games. Your favorite board games, why? Trust me, there's enough of them. Have you looked up how many different Snakes and Ladders games there are?
Have you looked up how many Monopoly games there are?
Let's not talk Monopoly. I own the Hazelton version of Monopoly.
I own the Nightmare Before Christmas one.
We have Deadpool and Cheaters.
We also had the credit card.
Check it out, you're up the right alley, bro. You're up the right alley, bro. You're correct. Right. But until next time, folks, I am Kajuke.
I'm Necro Nick.
I'm Juggernaut Jared.
I'm Rebel Vanity.
I'm Subliminal.